Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Ramika's Diary. Today we're going to be seeing some grammar in CBSE Class 8, Chapter 3, Subject and Predicate. So let's get into the video. A simple sentence has one subject and one predicate, and therefore only one finite verb. The subject is the person or thing being spoken about. So the subject is always a person or a thing that's being spoken about. Like that's the main thing in the sentence. The predicate is what the person or thing does or is. So the predicate in a sentence is always like the action that the person is doing or thing is doing or what the subject is. The structure of simple sentence can be understood by identifying the subject, finite verb, and sometimes even an object. So the structure of a simple sentence can be understood by identifying the subject, finite verb, and sometimes an object. So object and predicate is the same thing. So let's see some examples. Subject, predicate. The first sentence. The king's servant went in search of the slave. So in this sentence, they're mainly talking about the king's servant. Like the main person in the sentence is the king's servant. So it's the subject. Went in search of the slave. So this is the action what's done by the subject, which is the king's servant. So this sentence is the predicate. Dogs bark. So dogs is the subject. What does the dogs do? They bark. So it's a predicate. The rich should help the poor. And what's the action? Should help the poor is the predicate. An old farmer had 4 sons. So an old farmer is the subject. Had 4 sons is the predicate. Next, the little lamb is the subject. Followed Mary everywhere is the predicate. The rose, how sweet smells. So here the actual sentence is how sweet smells. So remember, the subject will not always be at the beginning of the sentence. Sometimes it might be even in the middle of the sentence. So here, how sweet the rose smells, this sentence, the main thing is the rose. So the rose is the subject and how sweet smells is the predicate. Strange are the ways of God. So here, the ways of God is the subject. Strange are is written as are strange. The ways of God are strange. So are strange is the predicate. So next, order of subject and predicate. The subject usually comes first. However, this order can be reversed, as in sweet are the uses of adversity. So as I said, the subject usually comes first. However, this order can be reversed. So like sometimes the subject could be in the middle of the sentence, the end of the sentence, and the beginning of the sentence. But mostly in the beginning, but sometimes in the middle or the end, so you have to be careful about that. So for example, sweet are the uses of adversity. Next, in interrogative sentences like questions, the subject typically appears after part of the predicate. For example, are you running a race? So in interrogative sentence or questions, the subject typically appears after the predicate part. So for example, are you running a race? So here, are you is the predicate and a race is the subject. So it came after the predicate part. So in exclamatory sentences, the subject come after the predicate. For example, how beautiful the rainbow is. So here, rainbow is the subject. How beautiful the is the predicate. In imperative sentences or commands, the subject is generally omitted. Welcome you. So we or I welcome you. Thank you. I thank you. So these three are imperative sentences or commands, and the subject is usually disappeared. Like the subject is not in the sentence. It's hidden in the sentence, but we have to consider there's a subject. So welcome you, in welcome you is not the subject. Who's welcoming you? I or we welcome you. So here, we or I is the subject. So it depends on the situation. If there's a lot of people welcoming you, then you could say we. If there's only one person welcoming you, you could say I. Thank you. Here, I thank you. So here, I is the subject, but it's hidden in the sentence. We should consider there's I. Or you could say it's understood as there's I. Get out of the class. So here, you is the subject. Get out of the class. You get out of the class. So in this sentence, they didn't specifically say a person who should get out of the class, but it's understood as you get out of the class. So use the subject. Next, transitive and intransitive verbs. Intransitive verb. In sentences with an intransitive verb, the predicate consists of only a verb. So example, she weeps. So there is only one verb as the predicate. Transitive verb. If the verb is transitive, the verb and its object together make up the predicate. So for example, you play. Examples of finite verbs and objects. So subject, she is writing a letter to her father. Swimming is good for health. We take tea. I know how to swim. Who has broken my slate? Next, the predicate and extension of the predicate. The predicate can be formed by a noun. The peon rings the bell. A pronoun, he beat me. A verb and its complement. She is a student. A transitive verb and its object. We take tea or I admire them. So here take is the transitive verb and here admire is the transitive verb. Here object is the tea, them is the object. Next, fifth one. A verb and its double object. She told me. Indirect object, a story. Direct object. Next, we're going to be saying extension of predicate can be an adverb. Ria was speaking loudly. An adjective. Rohit is active. A participle. He is tired. An infinitive. She wanted to take tea. So here to take is an infinitive. Remember last year infinitives have, so this is the form of infinitive. To plus verb. Here he is tired. Tired is the participle. An adjective. So active is the adjective. Ria was speaking loudly. So here loudly is an adverb. So you can extend the predicate by these parts of speech. So here you extended was speaking by adding loudly to it. An adverbial object. They worked all night. A preposition with an object. So, into. So, this is the object. So, the preposition is into. So, preposition with an object. An adverbial phrase. We sat side by side. So, here, side by side is the adverbial phrase. An absolute phrase. The sun having risen, I got up. A noun or pronoun in the possessive case. She is playing with Sita's dolls. So here, a noun or a pronoun. So here, Sita is the noun in the possessive case. Whenever there's apostrophe S, it means like you're saying somebody's things or somebody own it or something belongs to them, then it's possessive. So in those cases, there's apostrophe S. So Sita's dolls. Or I helped her brother. So here, her is the pronoun in the possessive case because it's her brother. Next, a noun in opposition. Have you read Prem Chand, the immortal writer, author of India? So it's a noun in opposition. A preposition with its object. He is sitting beside his friend. So beside is the preposition with its object. So this is the object. An adverb. The poor man died happily. So here happily is the adverb. Next we're going to be seeing about object. The object is a noun or a word that does the work of a noun. It may be. So an object is a noun or a word that does the work. So it does the work of the noun. A noun. She bought a book. So here, bought a book is the object. So a pronoun. I love her. So here, her is the pronoun which is in the object. An adjective. We honor the brave. An infinitive. Her greatest pleasure is to sing. So to sing is the infinitive in the object. A gerund. So she hates drinking. So here drinking is the gerund. So like there's present tense. So there's always present tense plus ing. So this is the format for gerund. So here she hates drinking. Drinking is the gerund. So hates drinking is the object. A phrase. We went out in the morning. So here the phrase is in the morning. So went out in the morning is the object. Enlargement of object. So the words that qualify or add to the meaning of an object are called enlargement of the object. It can be a noun or an adjective used as adjective. So the words that qualify or like add to the meaning of an object are called enlargement of the object. So a noun or an object. So first one, a noun or an adjective used as adjective. So this is an easy chair. A participle. Ram fell from a running train. An infinitive qualifying a noun. He stood to ask a question. Worksheet. A. Fill in the blanks with the question words. So there are some question words like how, who, what, or which. And you have to fill in with one of those words in each sentence which is suitable for the sentence given. So dash far is the station from here. So it's the distance. So how? Dash is the largest mammal. So since it's an animal, it should be which. Dash is your future. So what is your future? Next, in dash class do you study? So in which class do you study? Dash is the time. What is the time? Dash of these books is yours. Which of these books is yours? Next, write the subjects and predicates in the given spaces below. So I have given you guys some sentences and you have to write the subject and the predicate from the sentence. First one, India is great. So here, they're mainly talking about India. So India is the subject. The predicate is great. Kavita reads a book. So here, Kavita is the subject. Reads a book is the predicate. Children play in the field. So here, children is the subject. Play in the field. Pankaj lives in Kanpur. So here, Pankaj is the subject. Lives in Kanpur is the predicate. C. Write the questions for the following answers. So there are some answers and you have to frame it into a question using WH words. An insect has 6 legs. So this is how you frame it. How many legs does an insect have? So don't forget the question mark. It is nearly 5 o'clock. So what time is it? So you're asking someone, you're what time is it? And then they're answering, it is nearly 5 o'clock. Hansu will go to the market. So since the market is a place, you have to use where. So where will Hansu go? My mother's name is SMT Dharamvati. So somebody's asking you what is your mother's name? And then you're answering, my mother's name is SMT Dharamvati. Next, there are 20 students in my class. So since 20 is a number, you have to use how many. So whenever there is numbers in the sentence, you have to use how many. Even here 6 is a number, that's why I used how many. D. Write questions beginning with do, does, or did for the given answers. So there's some answers and you should only use do, does, or did for the questions that you're making. In this one, you could use any WH words you want that's suitable for the sentence, but for this one, you have to use do, does, or did. So, first one, yes, my father reads the Ramayana. So, does your father read Ramayana? No, I do not like to eat junk food. So, do you like to eat junk food? Yes, the earth moves around the sun. Does the earth moves round the sun? So these are all yes or no questions. Yes, I love chocolates and ice cream. Do you love chocolates and ice cream? No, I could not attend the meeting. Did you attend the meeting? Okay friends, I hope you guys tried this at home with me, and if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Bye.